Hello everybody, and yes, I know this is extremely late, but I had some problems with my first wrap up. My camera had a little sad time. It's fine, it takes perfect pictures and everything, but for some strange reason, every time when I'd film something, like after 4 minutes, it would be like, there's no, like, bleh, and it'd just spaz out. And so I changed the battery. This was on the 2nd of January. But just to be safe, I'm not using it because I tried to do the wrap up like 4 times and then I just gave up, and then I was like, you know, I should do it because I did read a lot of books in December. So I'm using it on my phone. I was going to use the previous footage, but I just thought I'll just do the whole thing again in case it messes up, or I don't know, it's just easier to do it again, so I'm gonna go through it more quickly now. And yeah, and I'm sitting down because my little phone's just popped up and I am now on this level of my bookshelf. And it's been my birthday. I've already had my birthday. I was planning this wrap up way before, but my birthday's come and gone now. It's gone so quickly. January is going so fast. But anyways, without a further ado, let's get through this. So the first book that I'm gonna talk about is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I started this in November. Didn't read a lot for some strange reason, and then I finished all of it in December. That's why it's in my December wrap up, you know. I'm not gonna talk hugely about this because I'm planning to do a review of this very soon. So, bleh. I enjoyed it very much. This was my first book I've read by Leigh Bardugo. I haven't read any of the Grishaverse, although I did feel like, if you don't know, the Grishaverse, this is part of this other universe she created in another trilogy she has. You didn't need to read those books to read this one, because this is set in a different timeline, but at points I did feel like I should have read those, because they have different types of magic in this world. Like, she's created her own magic system and magic people. And so I just felt like I should have known that. But other than that, I really enjoyed this book. 10 out of 10. Would read again. I liked all the characters. I loved the writing. And I loved the plot. Just a little quick dooley-doo about the plot. It follows a group of 6 criminals. I just had to read that because I forgot. Who have to go on a heist to get this guy. And if they do complete the heist, they get a lot of moolah. But the problem is that where they're going is very formidable, and it's a massive fortress that has never been penetrated before. So yeah, this is what that's about. What a great little overview. But like I said, I'm doing a review of this entire thing. More of a book talk though, so that will be coming up. Yeah. Anyways, yes, I did really enjoy this book. And I have the second one, so can't wait to get into that one. The next book that I read was Ouran High School Host Club Volume 2, which is a manga, for those of you who don't know. Haha. I read this in November. Actually, no, I didn't. I started reading in November and finished it in December. I did the same thing that I did with Six of Crows, and just something happened in November, which I didn't feel like reading the rest of. I don't know. But anyways, Ouran High School Host Club. If you have no idea what this is about, I shall give you a brief overview. It follows a girl named Haruhi who is attending the very rich and prestigious school Ouran Academy because she's got a scholarship to go there. Anywho, at this academy is also the Host Club, which is a group of 6 guys who entertain the ladies of the school with themselves. I know that sounds weird, but I assure you it's all innocent. Basically what they do is get these women in, you know, students, and like just give them flattery and compliments and like pretend to be their boyfriends for the day, and they get money out of it. So that's what that's about. Now back to Haruhi. She accidentally walks in on the Host Club and knocks over a vase, which breaks, of course, and, you know, the vase just happens to be extremely expensive. So because it's so expensive, she becomes indebted to them and must pay off her debt by being a host club member and pretending to be a boy. I believe she does it because it's like the quickest way to pay off her debt. Otherwise, she'd have to like get a job and get work. Whereas if she just pretends to be a host club and bringing in customers, it sounds so like, you know, something else. But anyways, like, that'd be quicker. Like, if she's there for 2 to 3 years and gets in a lot of customers, you know, she'll pay off her debt more quickly. It's a really great manga, and it's a fantastic anime. I highly recommend it to anyone. If you're new to anime and if you're new to manga, check both of them out because it is so hilarious. It is a comedy. It's really, really funny. All the characters are fantastic. The guys all play like a stereotype of like what they are. So you have the princely type, the quiet type, the cute type, the mischievous type, and the analytical type. But the thing is that they are what their stereotype is. They are what they are. Tamaki, for example, which is this guy, he is the princely type and he acts like the princely type. So yeah, it's quite funny just to see that they actually are the stereotypes, you know? We're kind of talking about like, you shouldn't stereotype people, but these guys are what the stereotypes is. And it's just really funny to have like Haruhi there, who is the most normal out of all of them. And she's just kind of like in this really strange world because they do host some really elaborate like parties and events in the music room. Like, it's all set in their little, in like an abandoned music room in the school. And it's just like strange that they can do all of this. But yes, it's great. Just watch it and read the manga, okay? It's fantastic. I am sure you'll love it. And the last book that I read is Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. And it is the first book that I've read by his. My sisters both have a lot of his books already, and my oldest one was like, you should read Elantris. She said, there's not a second one out as of yet. I mean, this is old. And you kind of just, you know, if you don't like it, then that's okay. You're not tied to like a series or anything. So that's why I read this. I really enjoyed this book. It is a fantasy. It's set in a world called Arleon, which was home to like this magical place called Elantris, which had like godlike people who could perform magic. They had silver skin, beautiful gold hair, they had long life, they could heal very fast, and with this magic, anyone who lived in the vicinity of Elantris or like surrounding areas would become an Elantrian. They'd wake up with that power and they'd go there. And then fast forward 10 years into the future, Elantris is now a decaying city. Its people are like mindless beings because something happened 10 years ago which happened to Elantris and it just started to decay and rot. That's basically what this book is about, like kind of like what the mystery of Elantris, what happened to Elantris. And it's very interesting because when I think about it, it's kind of similar to Atlantis, the great lost city in the myths and shiz, which is quite a nice play on words if it is like probably inspired by that. But yeah, so yeah, that's what the basis of that is. It has 3 perspectives. One of them is a princess who's coming from a neighboring city, a neighboring kingdom, who's coming in, and she doesn't know a lot about Elantris. It's very much unknown to her, so she takes an interest in it because where she's from, they don't have that sort of thing. And yeah, and it's just, it follows like a lot of politics, religious stuff, and power struggles, but it's also, the key focus is Elantris, and just, it all surrounds Elantris in the end, and, you know, the mystery behind it. Is there still magic? And yeah, that's basically what that is. Sorry if it's like a weird explanation, but yes, it's fantasy. 3 characters' perspectives. They're all quite old, the characters as well. The main protagonists are like in their late 20s to like 40s. So it's quite interesting. I really enjoyed the writing style and just the whole setting of it. It's really great. If you need a good fantasy and you're running out of fantasy to read, I do recommend this because it is very nice. I enjoyed it a lot. Like, it's quite detailed, but not detailed in the way that sometimes it's boring and you're like, this is dragging on too long. It's like a nice flow, and it gives you a good grasp of the world and everything that's in it. And yeah, so just as a quick wrap up, I read 6 of Crows, Volume 2 of Ouran High School Host Club, and Elantris, and that's all I've read. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry if it's late, but that's what happens when things get in your way. But yes, I will be also putting up a very quick update video of just where I'm at with things, because I don't necessarily need to put it up, but I just want to, so there's just something there just to let you know what I have planned, instead of just me being away for like a month or something. So yeah, so that will be coming out soon. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the January month. And yes, goodbye.